चले. So in the last class, we discussed about the unification, and then we can learn about the unification. What is the unification? Making two different logical atomic expression identical by finding or substitutions. That means अगर दो different atomic expression हैं and we have to make a same, then with the use of the substitution process we have to make a change. So then how can you use the substitution? So now we can use now this one. A, now see, that means X is replaced by A. So that is the meaning of X. So when we apply the substitution method, then you have to write that one, this one. Replace X with A. So जो हमें replace करना है जिस item या rule के साथ या variable के साथ पहले वो लिखना है और किसके साथ with respect to X. So that is the views. Okay. तो ये है unification. So some important points so we have to follow. The unification is that, so we can set condition. So what we have to follow the condition for the unification, that is important. Then I can show you some example. Condition for unification. Okay. Condition for unification. So point number one, predicate symbol. So what is the meaning of predicate? Predicate is a rule. Okay, that means a user defined rule. So don't think about what is the predicate. Okay, so these are the terminology. So maybe they will ask you in the 1 marks questions. Okay, so be careful. तो आपको इन सब वर्ड के साथ familiar होना है, otherwise you can face a difficulty, because in the previous, the first mid sem, in a 1 marks question you are not able to describe. You are in a 7th semester student and you are not able to describe the 1 marks question in a very well manner with the example. तो फिर आपको पढ़ने का कोई फायदा नहीं है. Okay, so that is the truth. हम बोलते हैं ना कि सन हमारा पूरब में उगता है पश्चिम में डूबता है, so that is also truth. This is also truth. If you are not able to write a well defined answer in 1 marks question, then how can define the 8 and 9 marks question, descriptive question? That is a fact. So that means your basic is very weak. Okay, so try to improve your basic. So no one now, even if you are sitting in the placement interview, so no one interested to the hard question. आपसे कोई hard question पूछने में interest नहीं होता है. Everyone target your basic knowledge. Everyone target in basic knowledge. मुझे ये पता है आप किसी भी डल से डल स्टूडेंट के पास भी जाओ, वो हार्ड से हार्ड क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने की पॉसिबिलिटी रखता है, बट उसके पास बेसिक नॉलेज नहीं होगा. So that is the guarantee. We can inference rule. We can apply on the inference rule. Okay. So first rule said that predicate symbol. So what is the meaning of predicate? That means the rules. And what is the use of symbol A, B, C, D? Whatever you're using, right? That one must be same. An atom. We consider the atom. So what is the atom here? That means a simple sentence. I'm talking about the atom. That means a simple sentence. Okay. Compound, that means addition of two complex sentences, atom sentences. The atom or expression. So don't be confused. What is the atom? Not like a chemical atom here. Okay. मैं यहाँ chemistry के atoms के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. I'm talking about the AI atom. That means a simple sentence. Okay. Because the simple sentence का मतलब क्या हो गया कि I love banana. Okay, I love apple. I love to eat apple. So that is a simple sentence. And what is the compound and complex sentence? I love to eat non-veg. Where the non-veg, which restaurant? So that is the complex sentence. Then we can use the conjunction to add the two sentence and where, like that one. Okay. So atoms are or expression. Okay. So that is called the expression also. Expression with different predicate symbol. Different predicate symbol can never be unified. Okay, so it can never be unified. That means a predicate symbol both having the same replaced by the same. An atom expression with a different predicate symbol cannot be So we can go for the example, then it will be clear. Okay. So numbers of arguments of both expressions must be identical. Number of argument in both expression must be identical. And third one, unification fail where two similar variable present in same expression. So where it fail? So unification fail where two similar variable present in same expression. Okay, so how to we can I'm going to prove all the things, don't worry. Now see, so same thing what. Okay, so now see, so this is the rule. I'm going to give you one example one by one. Now see, suppose we have a one thing I mentioned, very important. Sometimes in the place of unification, you can understand the little MGU. So what is the meaning of MGU? So that is very important. So what MGU stands for? So most general unification. Most general unifier. So in the place of unification, if your MG will written, that you can understand we have to perform the unification process. So don't be confused. What is the MGU? Most general unifier. Okay. So that is the important point. I forget. Sorry. So now see, someone writing find MGU. That means we have to apply the unification process on the where the given right P enter bracket X B into capital X into F of where I'm writing G of under Z, this one and this one is the close, and this one is the close. Now this one and this one. Okay, so this is the one rule. And the second, so this is a psi 1 is given. Okay, and the what is the psi 2 is given. Now see P. Now see P and here Z comma F of Y comma again I am going to write F of Y and close this one and close this one. Now see, we have to prove that this unification, that means we have to prove psi 1 is equal to psi 2. We have to prove by unification using substitution. Now see, rule number 1, predicate symbol must be same. Now see, here the predicate symbol same, no problem, we can apply. And atomic symbol, the different predicate symbol cannot be applied. Suppose in the place of P, if Q is there, so we cannot apply. So that is the meaning. So here PP same, so I am going to write up P. So don't be confused. Now, number of argument in the both expression must be identical. Okay, number of argument. So now see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So both are the same number of argument must be identical. सब same type के हैं, function है, variables हैं. Okay, no problem. Unification fail when similar variable express. Now see here variable y and y is present. So here unification is fail. Is it clear? So यहाँ पर हम unification process apply नहीं कर सकते हैं. Is it clear or not? By the rule of third. भाई एटलीस्ट इन द कमेंट बॉक्स वी कैन गो फॉर यस या नो. आप लोग यूट्यूब पे कमेंट करते हो, बस यहाँ पे कमेंट करने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? यस या नो. यू आर लाइक ना इंटरेस्टेड, कमेंट ऑन इंस्टाग्राम, फेसबुक, लिंक्डइन एंड रील, ऑल दस थिंग्स. So someone asking you yes or no, then why you are not printing yes and no? So is it clear? Unification process, why this is the wrong? By the rule number third, that is the wrong. Okay. So suppose I want to prove that using the unification process, then how can apply? Okay. Chaliye. तो इसे हम लोग देखते हैं कैसे हम लोग इसको प्रूफ करते हैं. So I am going to take first point. So I am going to do what we have to get. So I have to get s of 0. That means substitution is given like this one. So we have to write all the things. P of b comma x, f of g comma z, comma like this one, and this one I'm going to write disjunction, and again I'm going to write p of, just we have to write common f of y and close this one and close this bracket. So now see, close this bracket. Now after this, what we have to do? After this, we have to apply the substitution method and we have to find the one set S1. If S1 is equal to S0, then we can say that substitution method, that means unification is successful. If you have not get S10 is equal to S1, whatever, so we cannot say unification is wrong. Okay, now see. So I am going to explain substitutes. So I am going to write a substitution operation. Theta I am going to apply. I am going to apply with replacing B is Z is with B. So what is the happened? Now see, P, B, X. Where is a Z? We have to write a B. Where we have the Z, we have to write a B. Okay, we have to write a B. Now B, F of Y, F of Y. Okay, now we have to complete this one first. So now we have to get a B. Now we are getting or not. So I'm going to replace X. So G of B. Okay, so I'm going to replace G of B. Then what happened? Again, I'm going to apply substitution method. I'm going to apply F of Y. In the place of X, I'm going to put F of Y. So what happened? In the place of X, I'm going to put F of Y. Now see, P, P. So try to make that simple. Okay. Here I'm getting F of Y, comma, F of Y. Okay. So I'm getting F of Y, comma, F of Y. Okay. Now see, here I'm going to replace G of B. I'm going to replace G of B with Y. In the place of Y, I'm going to replace G of B. In place of Y, I'm going to replace G of B. So now see. G of B. Okay. So now this way. So now see, this one and this one is the same. So we can say that the unification is same. Is it okay? So now see, this one, whatever I am getting after replacing, and this one is whatever I am getting after replacing, this is same. Okay. But when we apply the rule here directly, then we are getting the wrong. So we can understand when we apply the rule directly, we cannot say that the unification is possible or not. After substituting, then we have to realize the unification is possible. Directly showing the variable, you cannot decide the unification is possible or not. That is my aim to show you. Okay. So this is where we have to follow unification method. Okay. So this way we have to follow. Now, the next topic I'm going to teach you the reasoning in artificial intelligence. Okay, reasoning in artificial intelligence. So all are familiar with the reasoning. Reasoning in AI. Okay. So what is the meaning of reasoning? So reasoning meaning is the mental process of deriving logical conclusion. Okay. So we have to derive the logical conclusion. So we can write what is the, we have to get a logical conclusion. लॉजिकल कंक्लूजन, हमें लॉजिकल कंक्लूजन मिलता है रीजनिंग के थ्रू, एंड वी आर मेकिंग अ प्रिडिक्शन फ्रॉम द अवेलेबल, सो वी कैन मेक अ प्रिडिक्शन, make a prediction based on नॉलेज बेस्ड एजेंट के बी। आप प्रीवियस नॉलेज के बेसिस पे आप लोग हिट एंड ट्रायल मेथड के थ्रू आप लोग क्या करते हैं, फाइंड आउट करते हैं कंक्लूजन को, आंसर को फाइंड आउट करते हैं, दैट इज आवर टास्क। So that is the process, the logical conclusion, making prediction based on the KB. So that is the meaning of reasoning. So basically, reasoning having defined different category. Okay, the first one is category is defined as a deductive. The second category is defined as a inductive. The third one is defined as a common sense reasoning. Fourth is defined as a monotonic, and fifth one is defined as a non-monotonic, and last one is defined as a abductive. These are the 6 types of reasoning on the basis of we can take a decision. So these 6 types we can also use in a real life. Okay, we can also use in a real life. Give me the 5 minutes, I will take a water. Yeah. So first one defined as a deductive. So what is the meaning of deductive? That is important. So basically, they will ask you what is the difference between deductive and inductive. This is a very important topic. So, okay. So now, first one, deductive. In deductive reasoning, what we have to do? We have to deduce. That means we have to inference. हमें निकालना है. That is the meaning of deductive. From the existing or related knowledge, we have to receive the new knowledge. आपके पास प्रीवियस कोई वैलिड रीजनिंग है, आपके पास प्रीमाइसेस वैलिड रीजनिंग दिया हुआ है, उसके बेसिस पे वी हैव टू कंक्लूड दैट आंसर दैट इज आल्सो ट्रू. ओके, तो दैट इज आल्सो ट्रू. जैसे हमें पता है कि मारवाड़ी में इंजीनियरिंग होता है, इंजीनियरिंग बहुत सारे डिपार्टमेंट में होता है, तो हम बोले कि कंप्यूटर साइंस होता है, तो ऑब्वियसली मारवाड़ी में जब इंजीनियरिंग है तो कंप्यूटर साइंस भी होगा. तो हमें सब कुछ पहले से पता है. सो वी हैव टू डिराइव द कंक्लूजन ऑन द बेस्ड अपॉन द प्रीवियस वन. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड द बॉटम, sorry, top to bottom decision. Okay, top to bottom. That means we have to go for the generalization and we have to reach at the single point. Okay, कि मतलब मारवाड़ी में इंजीनियरिंग है, क्या कंप्यूटर साइंस है? यस, होता है तो होता है. So that is the important. So deduce new information from logically related known information. So that is the important. So we can say that deducing new information from logically related known information. Logically related known information. Okay, so that means you already know the predicate is true and premises is true, so conclusion is true. हमें सब कुछ पता है कि भाई सब कुछ ट्रू है तो फिर कंक्लूजन भी तो ट्रू ही होगा. सो दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ डिडक्टिव. ओके, नो, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड द टॉप डाउन. दैट इज द टॉप डाउन approach. Okay, so don't be confused, top down approach. So next one we can say that inductive. So this is called the bottom up. So we have to, one thing is given, so we have to derive of multiple things. मतलब we have to given, so what we have to do, from the arriving conclusion using a limited set of fact by the processing of the generalization. मतलब हमारे पास पहले से कंक्लूजन है, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ वी कैन डिसाइड द डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फॉर्म कि ये भी हो सकता है, ये भी हो सकता है, ये भी हो सकता है. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड द बॉटम अप अप्रोच. वी हैव टू go from bottom to top. Okay, so arrive, so we have to write a one statement: arrive at a conclusion using limited set of fact by the process ऑफ जनरलाइजेशन. सो हमें सीरीज दिया होता है, उसके बाद हम एक जनरलाइजेशन टर्म लिख देते हैं. सो हमारे पास लिमिटेड इंफॉर्मेशन होता है, हम लोग कैसे लिखते हैं कि जैसे आपके पास रहा 1 + 2 + 3 अप टू n, तो आप क्या लिख सकते हो? सो सर n + n/2 हो सकता है इसका. सो दैट इज द जनरलाइजेशन टर्म. ओके, सो दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ इंडक्टिव. आपके पास एक लिमिटेड इंफॉर्मेशन है, वी कैन पुट इनसाइड द जनरलाइजेशन. ओके, so that is the meaning of this one. Okay, so now the common sense reasoning. Okay, the next one is the common sense. So you know, so on the basis of the common sense and the previous knowledge, we have to derive the information. So that is the common sense reasoning. So that is the heuristic reasoning. So in common sense, we can say the heuristic. So we can write a common sense. So inside that, information for the reason which can gain through the experience. So जो experience से हमें reasoning मिलता है उसे common sense बोलते हैं. We can write here gain through experience, XPRI, experiences. Okay, so what we have to write here? Heuristic knowledge or heuristic rule? Heuristic knowledge, or we can say like a heuristic rule. Okay, so these two things are in a common sense. Okay, so I hope this is the clear for you. And last second one, we are what we read, monotonic. Okay, so these are very simple. So what is the meaning of monotonic? So if already any premises or predicate is available, if you add something, then there is no change in the meaning. So that is called the monotonic. Okay, so already आपके पास conclusion है, अगर आप उसमें कुछ ऐड कर देते हो तो उसके कंक्लूजन में उसके इफेक्ट कुछ नहीं होता है, तो दैट इज कॉल्ड द मोनोटोनिक. ओके, सो इट विल बी रिमेन सेम, द कंक्लूजन रिमेन सेम इज कॉल्ड द कंक्लूजन. Okay, suppose so we have a add or subtract something, no change in conclusion. So that is called the monotonic. Okay, so we can write earth revolve around the sun. So whatever you write, so there is no problem. Okay, so second last we can set at the non-monotonic. So that is the opposite of the monotonic. That means we have to add or subtract something, the conclusion will be changed. That means you change the conclusion, that is called the monotonics. So we can write the opposite of, I'm not writing a monotonic. Okay, and the last one, add adductive. Okay, so that is the extension version of the deductive reasoning. Okay, add deductive. The last one is called add abdeductive. Ab, not add, sorry, ab. Tired. add deductive. So for the logical reasoning which start with the single or the multiple observation, then seek to find the most likely explanation or conclusion. Okay, so that is called adaptive. That means we have to go for the particular observation, we have to add something, then on the basis of we can get a conclusion, that is called adaptive. Okay, so that is the example of, so what we have to, so we can write start with single or multiple, single or multiple observation, then to find the seek to find the conclusion. Okay, so that is called the adaptive reasoning. Okay, so these all type of reasoning, like we are discussing about the first one. What we are discuss, the first one we are discussing about deductive, inductive, common sense, monotonic, non-monotonic, and abductive. Okay, so maybe they will ask you in the 1 marks, they will ask you the difference, what is the advantage, the disadvantage, go through it. So these are the, so this is the whole based upon the knowledge basis and KB. Okay, so in the next class we can go for the conceptual graph, and then we can start ML. Okay, so these things we have to cover from the next week. ML and conceptual graph, we have to start from the next week, and up to your mid sem, maybe your syllabus will be over. Okay, we try to complete that syllabus.